Let's take a step away from illegal mining. Now, being a basic school teacher in rural Ghana can be an unpleasant experience. You'd have to endure working in poor school infrastructure and in some cases without teaching materials. But that's not all. Sometimes even access to the school is a real struggle. We've been spending some time in the Northeast region documenting the stresses teachers go through daily just to do their work. Another day. Another time to ride glaring challenges as teachers living in deprived areas to deliver on their mandate. From the northern regional capital to the Mamprugu-Magduri district could take up to 3 hours. And when you arrive, you'll find the road network has been cut off by water. This is not a water body. This is the road linking Yagaba in the Mamprugu-Magduri district to some 5 or 6 other communities way behind us. Whenever the rains come, it cuts out everything. Socioeconomic activities grind to a halt. Teachers are unable to move from one end to the other to teach pupils, many of whom are dotted across communities like Sakbaba, Prema, So, Wuyima, Kusobi, Namo, and others, all of which are way behind us. Al-Hassan Tijani is a teacher at the Yagaba RC Junior High School whose journey to school has been affected. His motorbike would simply not spark.
This area is cut off, and it is very difficult for teachers to access those communities to teach. Last week, colleagues of mine were coming from Sakbaba, and when they got here, they could not access the road because of the water. So they left one of their bikes in the dry land as we were coming. On their way back, when they came, the area or where they left the bike was full of water. And in fact, it affects teaching and learning because teachers cannot access to go to that area to teach.
Northern Regional National Association of Teachers Secretary Lydia Adetuk admits the situation is challenging.
Yagba is in the northern region, but due to the poor nature of roads, we have to pass through the upper east region to Yagba. And we spent close to 5 hours when we went to the school. It's very difficult. They are just cut off from the northern region. Now that they are cut off, how do they access the Ghana Education Service Directorates? How will they even go to the hospital for medical attention?
It's been more than an hour of observing these residents navigating their way through the flooded patch. Zakaria Yakubu has to pay 10 cedis daily to access his farm using a canoe.
Having to pay 10 cedis to use a canoe is a huge burden.
After enduring the stress of getting past this area, you are greeted with this reality at the Logre No. 1 Primary School. Absence of school furniture has compelled pupils to sit and lie on the bare floor. Sugla Singer is a teacher who handles classes 1 to 3 all by himself.
There's no furniture and no teachers. So, and enrollment were about 366 in the school, KG and the primary school. And there's only 6 teachers. So no table for us. Even the textbooks too, we don't have textbooks.
2, 5, 10, 2, 7, 4, 2, 7, 14, 2, 6, 18, 2, 7, 18.
Some of the teachers, he says, abandon the school once they come to witness the poor conditions here.
2, 10, 20.
2, 11, 22.
Chairman of the Northern Regional Chapter of NAT, Atalomia, has been on the trip with us to see things for himself.
In our collective agreement, there are some incentives that we have agreed and government signed for our colleagues who are sacrificed themselves to be serving us from these various parts of the region, that we want to appeal to government to try as much as possible to implement some of these collective agreements, just for incentives for our colleagues who are here. For example, the hard to reach area, we have 20% of your gross salary as a package for you. Accommodation is also there, and any other allowances that are legally due to the teachers in our collective agreement. So
the Sustainable Development Goal 4 targets to build and upgrade education facilities that are child, disability and gender sensitive, non-violent, inclusive and effective learning environments for all by 2030. This target addresses the need for adequate physical infrastructure and safe, inclusive environments that nurture learning for all, regardless of background or disability status. But clearly, in many areas in the Northeast region, the target remains ambitious. In the next episode, we will highlight the challenges with accommodation and how it impacts the output of the teachers in these rural areas. Komla Adom, TV3 News, Northeast Region.